Alright, today's video, I'm upgrading my recovery option. Not the most exciting mod in the world, but necessary when you want to take your vehicle off-road. I'm running this jack right now. It's a good jack, but it's like 90 pounds, 80 or 90 pounds. It's pretty heavy. I've gotten myself stuck out in the desert once, and this thing got me out. No way in hell the factory jack would have gotten me out, but this thing got me out. But, you know, after being stuck for a couple hours, this thing felt like it was 400 pounds at the end of the day. So I'm going to upgrade my options. This is how I'm doing it. I just got it attached to some bungee cords. I don't know if you can see that. There it is. It's on some bungee cords attached there and right there. So it's pretty cumbersome. So I'm going to pull this out and actually weigh the thing, because I'm guessing how much it weighs. I'm going to actually weigh it. Let's see how much this damn thing weighs. See, here's the sucky thing about this jack. Alright, I got it unbungeed. So, if I got a flat tire, I would have to just pull this whole setup out. Just like this. You know, and it's just cumbersome as hell. Thankfully, I've never gotten a flat. Like I said, I've gotten stuck once. But, yeah, you know how life works. If I don't lug this thing around, I'm going to get a damn flat the day I don't bring this with me. But, yeah, if I ever happen to get stuck, I mean, you got to drag this damn thing out. And it's just a pain in the ass, so I'm going to pull this out right now and weigh it. Okay, I got the jack out, and this thing's leaking oil, man. I don't know if it was from all the abuse it took when I used it out in the desert. I mean, this thing was buried under sand, so, you know, I don't know if that fucked it up, but shit, does this thing even work anymore? Let me check. Okay, it's leaking all this oil, but it still works. Yeah, this thing is gonna be retired now. It's gonna live in the garage where it belongs. It doesn't deserve a harsh life out in the desert. It's like bleeding to death. Okay, there's a weight right there. 103.6. So it was a little heavier than I thought it was. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the new setup, high lift jack, and see the weight difference. Okay, here's my new recovery option, or, you know, if I get a flat, high lift jack, 485 model, and the lift mate. So if I get a flat tire in the back, or if I get my vehicle stuck, I could use the rear bumper as a jack point. I've done it before with the floor jack. It didn't bend it. Really durable stock bumper. Or I could even put this in the tow hitch and jack the back end up like that. And then for the front, this will bend the front bumper, so I got the lift mate for that. So these hooks right here, they go into the wheels, and I could jack up the vehicle like that, use jack stands to hold it up when I change a flat tire. So there you go, right there. All I need to buy now is the off-road base. I already have some jack stands, and of course bring some blocks so your vehicle doesn't roll away. Alright, my new setup is 33 pounds. So what was my old one? 103, so I saved 70 pounds. That's not too bad. And then this is a lot more cumbersome than the floor jack. This is actually easy to take out. So, you know, that's already a bonus, and the fact that it'll lift my vehicle a lot faster. So if I happen to get stuck again, I should get out a lot quicker this time with this. Okay, the floor jack doesn't even register on the scale. So let's go ahead and say my new setup is about 40 pounds. 40 pounds versus, you know, 103. So weight savings alone is pretty good, but just the fact that it's going to be easier to take out the jack now, this versus a floor jack, I mean, it's more convenient. So that's a bonus right there. And if I happen to get stuck again, I should get out a lot faster this time. But the goal is to not get stuck. That's why I put bigger tires and a lift on my vehicle, to not get stuck ever again. You still got to be ready if you do get stuck. Okay, buying Neato equipment is all fine and dandy, but what's the point of owning it if you don't test it out? make sure it works. So we're gonna do that right now. We're gonna test this out. Alright, so the first picture I had in the beginning of this video, I wish I had the footage from when I got stuck, but I lost it, man. It was funny as hell, man. I mean, it's funny now that I'm not stuck, but at the time it happened, it wasn't funny at all. So what happened was, I got this stuck in the sand, like, that's when I was a total noob, man. Like, I didn't air down the tires. They were like 235s, skinny as hell. When I got stuck, I floored it. You know, I thought I was going to power out, but that didn't work at all. So I buried this thing. So when I used the floor jack, I couldn't get it high enough to slide the boards, horizontally. Yeah, vertical is this way, horizontal is that way. So I couldn't get it flush horizontal. The boards were kind of like this. So every time I would lift this up, put the board under it, I would just shoot the board out. So I would move like 3 inches every time I jacked it up. So we were stuck for like 3 hours. And it sucked, man. It's funny now, but at the time, it wasn't funny at all. So I'm going to test this out right now. High lift jack, the whole point is to lift the damn vehicle high. So I got the front tires blocked. Put some blocks up front. Here's the high lift. Bloomfield, Indiana, USA. Yeah, I don't know if you could hear the neighbors. They have a band. They suck, but kudos to them for having a hobby and having fun in life. Okay, let's go ahead and test this out. I'm going to set the camera right here so you can see the pins work. It's cool how the pins work. Simple, but, you know, neat piece of machinery. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and lift the van right now. I have it positioned so you can see the pins work. It's really cool. So, when you're lifting your vehicle up, keep your head clear from the handle, because if you let go of the handle with your head in the way, it could spring up and bust your teeth out, and that's not cool, man. Girls don't like that. Girls don't like guys who are missing all their front teeth. Maybe some do, I don't know. But for the most part, I don't think they do, so. And this is from the stock bumper. There you go, there's the blocks working right now. Peeling some of the paint off, but that's to be expected. Alright. Okay, I could have climbed even higher, but I just stopped right here. This is just a demo, but there you go. There's a tire lifted. There's a jack. If I use the wheel mate, I could jack from the tires and jack it up even higher. So getting boards under it in the sand won't be a problem anymore. The only thing I need to buy is an off-road base. And that's it. It's the last thing I'm going to buy. I'm not going to take it out to the desert until probably like October. So, you know, that's the last thing I have to order. Okay, now we're going to lower it. Just hit this pin down. And same thing, keep your head away from the bar. Don't lose your teeth. That's not cool. Spring has more action to it when you're lowering it. It has like more recoil, so lowering it, especially when it's up high, is more dangerous than lifting it, I think. It's almost down. Okay, you can see the paint coming off, but I don't know. It looks cool like that. It looks like you actually use the thing, so there you go. As long as the metal's strong and it doesn't bend, that's all I'm concerned about. The paint doesn't really bother me. That's fine. And this goes down. And there you go, high lift jack. Picked up my van, no problem. Okay, stock bumper. It's fine, solid steel. I've used it as a jack point before with the floor jack. If you don't have a steel bumper, you could use the tow hitch as a jack point for the high lift that slides right in there. Or you could use a lift mate, lift from the tire. You could actually lift it higher from the tire if you're really sunken into the sand. But before you use this, get really familiar with it. It's potentially dangerous. You could lose a finger, lose an eye, lose your teeth, and you know that's not cool, man. You don't want to lose a teeth. Safety first, boys and girls. Okay, here's my high lift in the cargo area. This is one of the reasons why I chose to fix up a van, all the cargo space. This thing fits long ways, so it's barely taking up any space right under the seat. There's my jack stand right there. Here's a piece for the jack stand. Here's where I put the lift mate. And this is in the cargo area, storage area of the stock jack. So pull the stock jack out since I don't need it anymore. Here's a wheel lug, the wheel wrench, some spare screwdrivers, some funnels, some extra parts for emergencies. But there you go. New setup, way more efficient. Alright everyone, kick ass, be safe, and take it easy.